Why does everything look so much smaller on camera? There you go. Alright, so she said that there was a drywall spatula. Okay, I found it. Howdy, howdy. That is no fun. Alright, I'm gonna find something different. Alright, that was kind of dumb. What else can I use? Alright, so I have an idea, babe. I'm just gonna do like 1 or 2 mag dumps off the hood of the Jeep. And use the blast from the 50 cal to clear the sand off. Because my hands are frozen. Your spatula's stupid, by the way. Ha! There ain't no snow on you. I don't have to clean shit. Fuck that, though. That's not happening. Oh, God. Alright. To be continued. That'll do. Good enough. You guys in the Midwest are laughing at me, but this is not a thing in Washington State. Usually. Hey, what's there for you? What's there for you? Oh yeah, no, my hands are freezing, huh? My hands are freezing, huh? I got your belly! She's like, Dad, that's fucking freezing. Stop. Dad, stop. Alright, so we're supposed to get another huge wave of snow tonight. I have 5, 10, 12 gallons. So what we're doing is making sure that both of us aren't together. If she gets stuck, I can come rescue her in the Razor, because I have a winch. And there's no winch currently working on the Jeep because it got stolen. So she's going to get more gas, and I'm going to sit here and wait for her to call just in case anything should happen. And afterwards she's actually going to try and go to work. So I will be here waiting just in case she gets stuck. I can drive down there in the Razor and go get her. So where we're at, being in the middle of nowhere, Razors are completely illegal to drive on the road. So she's gonna go get gas, bring it back, and I will be here anxiously waiting. So here in Washington we have mud. Not typically that much snow. Alright. So now we anxiously wait. So to catch you guys up, we are in a state of emergency here in Washington. We are supposed to get anywhere from 18 to another 2 feet tonight. Yeah. So it was really interesting to see Washington State and how we responded to a state of emergency. You know, not being able to get out. This is the first time in 4 days that we've been able to leave the house other than in the Razor. So if we didn't have water, if we didn't have food, what would we have done? Because by the time that any of us actually made it to the store, everything was completely empty. You guys will see all of the totes all along that wall. Those are all filled with MREs and emergency rations and everything else. And that's just one of 4 spots that we have stuff stored. So we weren't too worried about the food thing. Our biggest concern was making sure that our pipes didn't freeze, because Washington homes aren't built for this kind of weather. So we don't have insulation on our pipes, so we've been keeping water running. We've been keeping the bathtub full of water with, obviously I have camping water filters and stuff like that. Kind of unnecessary, but better be safe than sorry. Biggest concern though is having enough gas to run the generator. Not so much worried about us. The concern was mainly reptiles and keeping them alive, and our puppies, keeping them alive. So thankfully I got the generator thing sorted, and so we had 17 gallons of gas on hand, plus we keep all of our vehicles completely full. So I had to use 5 gallons in the Razor, running around helping people out who were stuck. You guys saw the hill in the beginning of this video, where there was cars off to the side of the road. It doesn't look that steep in video, and I can't figure out why. I can't ever make it look steep, but it is incredibly steep. If it's raining and you have a trailer behind you, you'll be spinning your tires going up. It's really, really steep. So everyone in my community up where we're at, we're screwed. So not only is that the only way in or out of our neighborhood, but the main highway, Highway 410, that leads to Bonnie Lake was completely shut down for almost 2 days. So we couldn't get out of Bonnie Lake at all, even if we could make it down that hill. And there's no hospital here. So should anything have happened, we would have been kind of screwed. The kid in me definitely wanted to go fuck around on the Razor and go smash around through the snow and through the trails and stuff, and I did a little bit, but more than anything, I'm kind of waiting until the end of all of this to make sure that we have enough gas and supplies and food and whatnot. Just want to be responsible and make sure that if I break the only means of us getting out of here, it happens on one of the last couple of days. So I will take you guys for a ride today and kind of show you the neighborhood and show you all the stuck cars and whatnot, but yeah, so anxiously and impatiently sitting here waiting for my wife to get back with more gas, and hopefully I don't have to go tow her out of a ditch. It's been about 20 minutes, so she should be back any second. So got a text from Whitney. She said everything looks fine. There's one gas station here that still has gas, and that's the one that nobody else can really get to. So yeah, it's been interesting seeing all of my neighbors and everyone else around here, and kind of what they had to do to get ready, and none of them were really ready at all. Once the snow started falling and we realized that we were going to be stuck here for a while, it kind of hit everyone. Everyone was going into a panic, and with that panic, people actually started looting. People actually started running around stealing shit. So I think this is going to be a good slap of realization to people who are like, oh, you don't need to prep, you can just go to the grocery store and buy stuff. Nope, not if you can't make it there, not if the grocery store is closed. And on top of that, people don't realize if the people who work there can't get there, there's no one there to sell you stuff anyways. So all of you Washingtonians, prepping isn't really just for the crazy far right. It's something that everyone should do. I always say have a month's supply of everything on hand. And the only thing that we really didn't have a month's supply of was gas, and that's the biggest thing. So, lesson learned on my part. Again, it's been technically 3.5 days. So, yeah. Luckily, we still have power. No trees have fallen and taken out any major transformers in our area. And again, that's another one of those things. If a tree falls and takes out a transformer in our area, so for point of reference, here's a photo of our ice and sand trucks and how well they managed to make it to where we are. So yeah, kind of one of those, nobody's making it anywhere. If you needed emergency medical help, no one's coming. If you need your power turned back on, Puget Sound Energy trucks aren't making it up the hills. Snowplows couldn't make it up the hills. Do you have antibiotics on hand? Do you know how to use sutures? Do you at least have a flesh stapler? Do you have quick clot? Do you have compression bandages? Are you going to be able to stay alive should anything happen while you're stuck in your house and nobody can come get you? So here's a photo of the hill and what it looked like the first day. And it's only gotten worse since then. Here's a photo of the main highway in and out of Bonnie Lake. And here's a photo from one of my employees and what she had to use to shovel her car out. So at least people are getting crafty and doing what they can. So Whitney's still not back yet, but she's texting me and she said everything's okay. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna call her. So, this is why I stayed here. So I figured since I was getting all this stuff kind of reorganized anyways, I figured I would show you guys kind of what I usually take with me on an ATV or UTV or whatever the case may be. Occasionally the Jeep if we're going out in the backcountry. This is like, I'm staying within 10 miles from home. Worst case scenario, I can walk home kind of thing. So by all means, this is not all inclusive at all. So being a gun channel, I figured we'd start with the gun, other than the one that's on my hip, or the one that's on my ankle, or the one that's in my pocket. 340 PD on my ankle, and the M&P shield with the safety in my pocket. My backpack gun is the SIG P250. So this gun, why? Why this gun? It's double action only. That is the only answer I have. And the reason that I like that is if there's a round in the chamber and this is on my lap or bumping around or getting dropped, I don't have to worry about this really long, heavy double action pole getting pulled. I'm also running the Enforce light as well. So small weapon altogether, night sights, with the benefit of having an extra light. I think lights are great in a non-tactical situation, regardless of where you are. If you have an extra light, that's always a plus. And on top of that, this is a 320 mag. You probably can't see it, didn't focus. It says SIG 320. It also takes the 17 round SIG 320 mags. Now, why not a Glock? Why not a whatever? Well, honestly, I don't care about this gun. And if I lost this, I wouldn't be too heartbroken. So, 15 round mag in the gun, nothing in the chamber, and an extra mag. Chucked in there. Okay, so there's our gun. And being in the woods, we kind of need a bushcraft blade. This is the Benchmade, don't remember the name, Model 119, just in case you wanted to Google it. And no, I'm not a fan of combo edge. So this was a gift, and this is actually a duplicate of one that I already had. So again, this is one of those, if I break it, if I have to use it for prying on something or whatever the case may be, I won't be too concerned. So this is a good backpack knife. Chopping rope, firewood. I really don't know what I would actually even honestly need this for in the woods, but worst case scenario, I have it, right? One of my favorite multi-tools, the Leatherman Wave. I have multiples of these. This one I broke. So this is one that I don't care too terribly much about. Should I lose it? Or if it gets rusted or whatever. And then duplicates of my Snap-on tools. Yes, these are expensive. Yes, I do believe personally they are worth the money. I have 10 through 19. And these are just short little stubbies just in case there's something that breaks that I need to fix. Again, 10 through 19 millimeter. And most the bolts on the Polaris are metric. So there you go. And worst case scenario, I have a gigantic crescent wrench and a stubby little number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. Now with this being a UTV backpack, do I care about weight? No. Not in the slightest little bit. My Redfield binoculars, these are 10 by 42. They are waterproof, they are fog-proof. They are not dog-proof. Again, these are already kind of destroyed. If they happen to get damaged, broken, lost, wouldn't be too concerned, and I wouldn't be put out by not having them because I have multiples and much better ones. So, good enough binos. Going there. This is kind of silly, but worst case scenario. Emergency rations. These things are absolutely terrible. Eat 1 bar every 6 hours per person. Eat in small pieces. Chew well because you will choke to death trying to swallow any big piece. It's pretty bad. So there's 18 bars. If you eat 1 bar every 6 hours, it'll be good for a little while. Next, in case it starts raining, which isn't going to happen now, but worst case scenario, having a PVC outer layer, something to keep me dry. And honestly, I bought these at Costco when we were having a storm a couple of years ago, and I bought probably 20 or 30 of these, and it was right after basically our neighborhood where I'm sitting right now got plowed. There was a lot of homeless camps here, and a lot of homeless ended up on the streets and their camps got destroyed so these $1 million houses could be built. So during that epidemic there was a lot of people outside freezing, you know, they didn't have their tents, they were getting soaked. Yeah, get a job, whatever. Save your rude comments. I was that person before. I was homeless at one time, a few times when I was young. So so anyways, that aside, I bought 20 or 30 of these from Costco, and when people were outside in the rain, you know, with their little cardboard signs, I would hand these out along with granola bars and a couple bottles of water. The remaining ones that I have going in my backpack. Again, it was something that I was giving away to begin with. If I lose it, not that big of a deal. Should I forget to turn my lights off or something stupid happens, here I have a jump box. Yes, believe it or not, this is a jump box. Here's your terminal cables. And further than just being a jump box, it's also kind of a pseudo flashlight. And making sure it's fully charged. But more importantly, this also acts as a power bank should I need to charge anything. And of course, being an iPhone user, if I needed to charge something and I didn't have a cable, I would be kind of screwed. So if my battery dies or somebody else's battery has died, I have a way of helping them should they be without a battery. So I broke the zipper on this one and ended up buying another one the last time I was at Costco. These are like 60 bucks, totally worth the money, and I've actually had to use these a few times. These are in the glove box of every one of our cars. This happened to be the extra one because I broke the zipper. 50, 60 bucks, something like that at Costco. Totally worth it. A lot more convenient than carrying around a gigantic jump box, though I do not have the advantage of having a tire pump built into this. But again, not going super far, and I have beadlock tires. Worst case scenario, I could get home on a flat. This is gonna go with my tools, just get this out of the way now. Zip ties are always good for everything. Zip ties. I don't need to say anything else, I don't think. This is an LED mag light, along with a headlamp, because there's nothing worse than trying to work on a vehicle at night and not being able to use both of your hands should you be alone. And appropriate batteries for both. These are just AAA and AA, Energizer versus Duracell, lithium versus whatever the other option is. Don't really care. I have lots of both, and I've never had a problem with either. Whatever Nut and Fancy may have to say about that, that's great. I don't really care. They both work. So this is just my staying close to home IFAK. In here, EpiPen, inhaler, Benadryl, heart pills, Xanax. Yes, for me. A cat. Something that always drives me crazy when I'm going through other people's IFAKs is seeing them with only one chest bandage. If you only have one chest bandage, you're assuming that someone who got in the chest didn't have an exit. You need one for the front and back. So, chest bandage. And I also have the trauma pack. These by themselves are a good thing to just buy and chuck in your glove box. This pretty much has the majority of stuff that you could possibly need. So the actual Quick Clot trauma pack, chest wound kits, real chest wound kits, I should say. Put everything back in. And in here, EMS shears. These are the same ones that I use for scuba diving. Really, really, really good shears. And this is another one. This is an actual hemorrhage control bandage. This is like the heavy duty version of a compression bandage. And this has the clotting agent built into it. So it's kind of an all-in-one. And again, this is kind of one of my junk IFAKs. The other ones are a little bit more inclusive, but this one's good enough. And I also have printed prescriptions hidden back further in there. I just didn't want to show you guys my medical ID numbers. Stating that this is in fact my prescription should I get pulled over and for some reason I actually let a cop go through my shit. And yes, I know you're not supposed to have controlled substances outside of a pill bottle. I don't really care. Just full disclosure, I don't give a shit. If a cop wants to give me a tough time, let him. First and foremost, I'm not letting you search my stuff anyways. So there's that. Aerial flare. These things are literally like shooting a 12 gauge shotgun out of your hand. So you unscrew this cap, there's a little dangly thing, you pull this, big boom, very, very loud boom. Wish I was wearing ear protection the first time I tried one of these. And they go up a few thousand feet and obviously fall back down very slowly. And if you were to be stuck in the woods and you saw or heard EMS, and they couldn't find you, pop one of these, they're gonna see you. After seeing how much power they have, I'm always really careful and cautious around these things because, again, they do have enough power. If you were to shoot somebody in the chest with one of these, I don't think they would live. Like, that's how much power they have. And then these are just really, really, really intense road flares. And these are actually made to be thrown overboard off of a boat. Super bright, lots of smoke, and they burn forever. And last but not least, little ham radio. Everyone around here runs the same frequency. It's kind of like a neighborhood-wide thing, but all of the UTV guys also run the main channel and a secondary channel. You can see that
frequency mode.
I do have channel 1 and channel 2. So should anything happen, I'm well within range of everyone around here who drives or rides an ATV or UTV. Should I get stuck, this would be my first way of getting myself out, is calling on the help of a friend. So just like in my motovlog videos, same kind of gear. Freeze out thermal top, freeze out thermal bottom, and my waterproof dirt bike pants. My beloved hat. Yes, I'm bringing it with me. Am I going to wear it under my helmet? No. But should I need to walk back, well, it would be nice to be able to keep my head warm. And again, should I need to get to it, right there. Because otherwise, there's no chance I'd be able to get to a gun in a bucket seat. Life's little comforts. Nicotine, nicotine, nicotine. You'll notice I have my wife's gear with me too under the backpack. That's just in case she calls me and I need to go pick her up. Put my glasses in my little glove box. That remote's for my winch. We're in 4-wheel drive. Turn my lights on. Alright. Showed this to you guys before. This is made by Chamberlain. Tiny little garage clicker. So it looks like people are making it up and down the hill. That's good. I'm certainly not going to try. This guy's trying to make it down. I'm gonna let him go. Yeah, they were stuck just spinning their tires. This cop right here has full chains on. I don't think you'd be able to leave otherwise. Alright, so because I can stop and start, I'm getting the hell out of people's way so they can get past me and not have to worry about sliding into me or stopping and restarting. And always give a wave. And making sure I can actually come to a stop. You see these guys are just barely crawling up this hill. I don't know if these guys are stuck or just having fun, but that's the way to do it. Woo! Hell yeah. We got more razors. I fucking love my community, man. I live in such a cool place. Checking behind me. I am gonna give this U-Haul truck a very wide berth so I don't get slid back into. So the roads are looking clear enough right now that everyone seems to be getting around just fine. We're supposed to get another 2 feet tonight. It's definitely not going to be the case anymore. It's kind of funny, but also kind of sad to think that half of the people are fucking panicking right now and the other half are just having a blast. I mean, if you're stuck here and you really don't have much of a choice, might as well have fun. Like that. I'd say that was about maybe 30 inches that I just went through, and it was like it wasn't even there. Alright, and as I'm pulling up to home, I know you guys are all foggy right now, but hit my button. And open goes my garage. So, looks like everyone's out having a really good time. And well, we're not out of the woods yet. We only just got our first small wave, and like I said, we're supposed to get another foot, maybe 2 tonight, and then it's supposed to snow and continue to snow for about another 2 straight weeks, as well as freezing weather. So we'll see. But for now, myself all unbuckled, and Dukes of Hazzard my ass out of this thing. And I'll see you guys inside. Alright, back home safe and sound. I'm chilled by the fire, thaw out my hands. And no, I don't usually wear leather when I'm out in the wetness. I would rather get those wet now than my actual snow gloves, just in case I need to go save somebody or whatever the case may be. So, anyways, unless something super exciting or scary or whatever happens, I'll end the vlog here, but I don't know if we're gonna have power over the next couple of weeks. I know that I can at least get us out. Worst case scenario, you know, we're kind of just sitting and waiting right now. So that's the name of the game. Love you guys, wish me luck, and I'll see you soon.